Hello everyone, hope that you are doing very well and welcome to today's cryptocurrency analysis in the form of a live stream where we are going to be going over this pretty big downturn on Bitcoin. We obviously have broken some pretty major support levels. So the question on everybody's mind right now is, has the Bitcoin bear market started? Has this market finally broken some major supports to give a strong, probability to the fact the bull market's over and we're heading down from here. Obviously, there definitely are ways that you really can look into this, and we'll look at it through it into tonight to come to a conclusion really of, are we looking to essentially buy the dip, or as we like to say, sip the dip? Are we going to sip the dip, or are we going to be looking for actually shorting every rally that comes over the next few months into the future, half a year? I don't has this market really turned for a strong pullback? I've got my opinion. Like, I know my opinion already 100%, and through tonight I'll be what I would like to do is maybe give a bullish opinion of the chart and a bearish opinion of the chart, so you can look at both sides of the argument, and then I will give you my perspective. Okay, because I always feel that in trading it's very bad to have just like a bullish bias and you only ever look bullishly, and I think it's also very bad to only look bearishly and you're only ever looking for shorts. So instead of only looking for longs or only looking for shorts, I personally feel you want to trade whatever is the most probable. So you are open to trading long, you're open to trading shorts. Okay, and that's what we try and do by this video. I'm going to give you both sides of the market, a bullish scenario, bearish scenario, and then you can, when you approach the levels of resistance, you can look for shorts. When you look for levels of support, you look for longs. Very, in my opinion, the best way to trade, and I think that's kind of undisputed. And yeah, then at the end of the video I'll give you my conclusion on what I believe is going to be happening here on Bitcoin, because I'm obviously in trades, I'm in my positions, and yeah, I feel as if I'm going to have a good go at this one. So I'll also try and look at some altcoins. I have been trading altcoins a bit more recently. Okay, so I have been getting a bit more into the altcoin market. Obviously, I'm pretty happy that there's a lot more altcoins now to trade on Bybit, so I have like access to a few more, and I've been trading them. So we can also cover some altcoins. I kind of a little bit dependent on time. I don't want this stream to go on for hours. I'm gonna try my very best. Famous last words, yeah, famous last words. I'm gonna try my best to keep it under an hour and a half, but we'll have to see how it goes. It kind of depends. I think I can do it. Going to try my very best to keep this one short and sweet. So yeah, hello. Nice to see everybody here. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, depending you are in the world. Obviously, the best thing about this community, we are worldwide, literally worldwide, 24/7. If you ever come into the Discord, 24/7, you always have somebody to talk to about trading. It's pretty cool. I like that. And the other thing that I'd like to bring your attention to before we begin is, obviously, we are over on Twitter now. So finally, after that year-long suspension on Twitter, we have got that Twitter account back. So if you want to show some love to the stream and just give us a follow over on Twitter, I've tweeted out that we are live on the live stream right now, so you can obviously give that a like and a retweet if you're feeling ever so kind to support the comeback on Twitter. That was a nice surprise when that became unbanned. We've always had Twitter since 2011. Yeah, that's quite a long time. I've been on Twitter talking, and then randomly banned a year ago, and finally we got that suspension unsuspended. So yeah, I'm very content about that. So yeah, if you want to give some support to this stream, all I ask for is a retweet or a like over on Twitter. Obviously, we have been talking quite a lot about this is a funny one, yeah. I'll start with this then. Crypto investors scare easily, but they'll sue me back in greater numbers. I really hope you get the reference to the Star Wars movie. But yeah, that's what we're going through tonight. Are you scared away from this, or are you looking to buy that dip? Well, I'll give you my opinion on exactly what I'm doing and exactly how I'm trading. So let's begin. Yeah, let's begin. I'm going to start here, I think, on the hour time frame. Okay, let me just take a sip. Take a sip of the dip. If you've been following along, you will know that I have taken longs today. I'm, happy to take the longs down here. I think we're at areas of support, pretty strong support at that. So with that said, let's begin. you know, when we look at this, when we kind of review this, I think it's really important whenever you start to trade. The worst thing that you can do as a trader is, I think, one of two things. Firstly, even if you're only a scalp trader, you have to remember I'm a scalp trader and I will swing trade. Yeah, so I will trade across all time frames. But the worst thing that you can do as a newer trader, or any trader actually, new or experienced, I guess you wouldn't do this if you're experienced, but the worst thing that you can, a bad habit, let's say, that you can get into as a trader would be to come to your charts and just look straight away at the 5 minute. Okay, because what happens when you're too zoomed in, when you're so zoomed in, you don't get the perspective. Okay, so you need to zoom out to get a higher term time frame perspective. Oh, excuse me. Hope you didn't hear that into the mic. Oh, I just had some lovely burritos. Yeah, I just had a lovely Mexican, and I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling happy right now. Good food, good trades, good community. What more could I want? I literally couldn't want anything else right now. I'm very content, and so I hope you can see that. I'm very positive in this video today. Where was I going anyway? I was saying that, yeah. Sorry, I always go off on tangents. Like, you'll get used to it when you've been here. When you've been here a little while, you get used to my tangents. But where I was going was, yes, that's where I was going. You don't want to start by zooming like right in on the lower term time frames. Okay, why do we not want to start coming in on the 5 minute? Well, if you're so focused on like the 5 minute or the 1 minute chart, you have no real perspective of what's happening on the bigger picture. So we always start on the higher term time frames and work our way down. So we get that higher term time frame view, and then we will start to zoom into the lower term time frames to really get that. You know, once we know where we've come from, we know what to do now. If you see what I'm talking about. So we'd start on the higher term timeframes. And we start on these higher term timeframes to really be able to judge, you know, if we're at, for example, really big areas of support, we could be more interested in day trade longs, for example. Yeah. Whereas if we're at like a massive high term time frame resistance, we might lay off taking longs and be more interested in short positions. So I think we can all agree we've recently, over the past few weeks, we have had a fairly major downtrend from $65,000 all the way now to below $50,000. In my opinion, this level of $48,000 is a major level of support. Yeah, between $47,000 and $48,000. Honestly, I feel this is a very important level of support. So we could say here, and this is my viewpoint, by the way, this isn't just me saying it, like, this is my viewpoint, where we are right here, I would personally be more interested in longs than I am in shorts. This is talking about on the local term timeframes, such as today's trading sessions. You know, for me, this is just an area where I'm more interested in a long, to be honest with you, because we are literally at major level of support. Again, if we lose this level of support, then of course it flips into major resistance. But for me, this really is such a key level on the Bitcoin chart, and I am very much aware of that, and hence why I think, you know, I'm going to be leaning into taking, you know, the longs here. Again, we could flip, you know, get a rally underway here, hit resistance, and then at resistance we say, okay, this is now more interesting in a short position. But I mean, sitting down at around $48,000, I struggle to take so many shorts down here. Just remembering on the higher term time frames, we are at such a key support level. Of course, we understand as traders, we are trading probabilities. Anything can happen. We're not going to be here and saying, we know we're 100% doing this, we're 100% doing that. Of course not, but that's not how we work. But we do work on fairly high probabilities. And, you know, if you follow the channel, it's not that often that we get it incorrect. And 48K for me, really important support. And yeah, hence why here I'm looking currently for a rally. Yeah, a bit of a rally underway. Obviously, where's the next key level where we could say, okay, let's flip this back into shorts. It's all going to get, I think it all really depends on this daily. Coming in at $51,335 is our next, I would really argue, key resistance level. Okay, really would. I would say that's a pretty key level for me. The one thing that I want to remind you is, can you remember, this was actually 2 months ago. So you have to be a subscriber for 2 months. But if you were a subscriber for 2 months, you remember when we traded that daily range between 3 daily levels, and we were literally absolutely loving it. Well, these OD, this is for the old dailies. I'm gonna remind you, if you've forgotten, let's just add them back on, yeah? Add those 3 dailies back on. They were 3 dailies that we were trading 2 months ago, and we were trading this range here. And it was absolutely beautiful. You remember this? So we dipped down onto the low of that daily, really massive wick to the downside, bouncing off that daily to the high of the daily, to the low, to the midpoint of it, to the deviation back up to the high, to the midpoint. And then when we finally rejected the daily, lost it one more time before finally reclaiming it, really big move to the upside, obviously to $65,000 in the end. Those daily levels, and this is why I do not delete levels on my chart. You know, I have this saying of, if you have a really well-respected channel, just keep it on. You obviously, when we dipped back into this level in the middle of March, we obviously bounced off that daily level, and then once again, coming in to start off that sideways range that we put in. Have a guess what we bounced off of? We bounced off of that daily level and made our way up before ultimately retesting it again last night, putting up a pretty strong, well, strong, I guess it's the wrong word, but putting up a defense at that level. Undeniable that there was definitely defense put up around here before ultimately losing the level, back testing it, and have a guess where we moved down to. That old middle daily level. You kind of can't make it up, but those were the exact daily levels that we were literally trading 2 months ago. 2 months ago we were trading those 3 dailies, and they're still in play today. And this is, that's the first thing that I just want you to really draw your attention to, is these technical levels. Once you've had them respected, do not forget about them. Do not forget about them. You will know this if you're in the champions group, 100%. How many live streams now for the champions have I been saying, right, let's keep on the old daily levels, let's keep on the Elliott waves, and let's keep on the lower volume? Because I recognized that they were really well respected levels. I did not want to get rid of them, did not want to forget them, I suppose. So yeah, this for me is very helpful in, recognizing where do I look for longs, where do I look for shorts. So, okay, so obviously we had that really nice bounce of around $48,000 this morning. Naturally, my honest, well, I done a technical analysis video today now on YouTube, and my exact words were, you gotta be crazy. You gotta literally be crazy to look for longs. Look for shorts here. Like shorting at 48K is just, I'm talking now about swing traders. It's just totally like massive FOMO short. Like you almost feel like, oh my God, I need to short, or it's going to drop even more. Like, and you start getting that like sick feeling, and it's just what happens in the market. It's just an awful time to short. And I hope my viewership didn't, because you're definitely underwater now. If probably closed it, I would imagine. But yeah, I mean, we have to think like, where's the next best level? I think. Really, I am looking at that daily. I'm not going to lie. Just below it. Okay, we have the 1-to-1 there coming in at around 51,300. So I suppose we can view it as a little bit of a region of resistance. It doesn't have to be the exact dollar. We can see there we had the 1-to-1 coming up into the daily. So we have a nice box here, I think, of a resistance. Okay, let me just show you that one more time. Taking it from the low to the high to the low. 1-to-1 coming in for 51,324. Okay. And have a guess where we bounced off of here. Yeah, have a guess where we bounced off of here. I'll give you 2 minutes to think about what we bounced off of there. I really hope you know, because I really hope you took the trade. If you follow us, then you really should have. Thank you for the support, Andrew Davison. Smash the like, smash them, people. Yeah, absolutely. If you are enjoying the content tonight, if you're looking forward to it, we got 2,000 people in here today. What a show! What a turnout. 2,000 people, 300 likes. Let's smash those numbers up. They are rookie numbers. They are rookie numbers. If we can get that to 1,000, honestly, it just makes my day. It makes me very happy to see people liking the content, I suppose. So yeah, if you are enjoying what I'm going through, if you are appreciating the knowledge that I'm sharing, let's try and get that to 50-50. 2,000 viewers, 1,000 likes. Hey, that really would be very kind of you if you are feeling kind today. For the people commenting, absolutely. This is what we love. This is what we love. Everybody knows, and I hope everybody took it. VCC, absolutely 100%. Lots of correct answers there. Shows people are paying attention. Yes, we're going to take out our Fibonacci from the low of the move up into the high. As you can see, we came into the CC. So it's a very strong support level, and you have to remember, once we got that first bounce off of a key level, like it's extremely often when we're coming into this CC, you get the bounce off it the first time. For a day trader especially, it's just like think I even mentioned this one on Twitter. I think pretty sure, I guess that's how quite a lot of people know as well. Yeah, I mentioned it on Twitter, you know. You had the original bearish divergences to actually short this first high, the back test of the first back test of 50K. But then when you go into the CC support, pretty easy long though. Pretty relatively easy long. It's not that difficult. And so, yeah, we back tested that CC today, coming into what I would, you know, describe as a major support level. Okay, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to stick this on. So I think we have we could argue that there's a few key levels here. Our first negative fib, which is $50,961. Okay, there's one thing that I want to be aware of here. Ooh, coming in above. Okay, so we have the first, so you might just want to write down these levels. Yeah, just write them down. You have the first negative fib coming in at 50,961, which is off that negative CC. You know, again, don't view this as an exact dollar. Give this a little bit of space either side. You know, it doesn't have to be much, like $50 either side of it. Like $50 is, in terms of percentage, such a small percentage, $50 is literally about 0.1%. But you want to give $50 either side of that. And then we obviously had that one-to-one coming in at around 51,300. The daily itself, which I'm going to say is the biggest. And then that 1618 there coming in at 52,000 to 52,200. So we can safely agree that this is pretty strong level of resistance now. Yeah. What we say, remember, is it's not that difficult to remember. When you're below this level, it is a big resistance. So we could expect to do this. But for example, if we backtest this as resistance, come back and test this as support, then guess what? We could ultimately expect this to happen overall, where resistance, once broken, flips into support. And then suddenly we have our resistance, if it breaks, acting as support potentially. And then if that's the case, we look up for our next level of resistance. So we are trading it level to level. It's not that groundbreaking, but it is very, very, very effective. You know, why do I think a lot of people lose money in trading? Oh, they want to hit the home run every single time. You know, my opinion is, especially in cryptocurrency, people start with, because cryptocurrency is so accessible, anybody can trade crypto. It's really not difficult. This has advantages and disadvantages. Well, the advantage is you have to have no prior skills, and you can literally just join the market. It's a free market, and then anybody can join and trade. The disadvantage is, well, the most likelihood is that you're going to lose all your money if you don't know what you're doing. My opinion is you're gonna lose a lot of money if you're trading. Yeah, if you're trading, you're gonna lose at the end of the day. You might get some luck, but you're ultimately going to lose. And my second opinion is that, oh man, I was just about to say something. This is the thing. Sometimes I have it lined up in my head, and I'm just like, I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say, give me a second. I need to remember what I was going to say. Oh, that's so annoying. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, everybody just wants to hit like this massive home run, because I generally say people are generally trading with lower amounts of money. You know, the average person that comes into the crypto space, I don't think is that well. You know, I'm not being like, I'm just saying, I generally am under the perspective that the average trader inside of crypto is not trading with hundreds and thousands of dollars. I have the perspective from what I've seen. There's not many traders that are trading with the hundreds and thousands, especially when they're new. Of course, it would make no sense. But because they're undercapitalized, almost, I would call this undercapitalized, they are so keen on making money really fast. You know, they're always searching for the next altcoin that's going to pump 300% or 1,000%. They're so obsessed with making so much money so quickly that they actually end up ultimately continuously failing, because this is the wrong mindset to be in. As a trader, you want that steady, consistent gains. You know, where if you're making 1% a day, 1% a day, that is consistency. And that is how you can compound these gains, where you turn your $1,000 to $10,000, not with the target of doing that in 1 month, but with the target of doing that in 1 year. And then 10,000 the next year to 20,000, 20,000 to 50,000. You know, the gains will compound. But I think a lot of people fail inside cryptocurrency because they're undercapitalized, and because they have the unrealistic expectation of making, you know, doubling their money in a week, that they start over leveraging, over committing to moves, and blowing up their accounts time and time again. They're totally gamblers. That's just the market, though. I suppose you need these kind of people, because zero-sum game, for every winner, there's a loser. So it's not like we can really be upset about it, but that's just how the market works. And so basically where I was going with this is our next key level of resistance. Obviously our key level of support, that daily. And just like 2 months ago, we were inside of this range. Okay, just as we were trading inside of that range for a total of 14 days, 2 weeks to be precise. We were 2 weeks inside this range. There's no reason why we cannot be another 2 weeks inside of this range. Potentially, no, where we could see this occurring. Why not? Why not? That's what I tell you. Why could we not see that? And the answer is we absolutely could. So how about that? We spend another 2 weeks in this. I'll be happy with that. I would be happy with that. To be honest with you, I'd be very happy with that. It's very, very easy to know where you're wrong on these trades. Let's say you're looking for the short at the daily. Where are you wrong? Well, if it reclaims the daily level, these trades are really easy. They're very easy trades. You give me an easy trade, I'll take an easy trade. Doesn't have to be complicated. It really doesn't have to be complicated. Give me a CC. Again, I'm not going to trade a CC alone. That is something I want to emphasize. I would never, ever, ever trade just one factor alone. So you see this where we obviously bounced off the CC. I would not take it if that's the only factor of confluence. I'm looking for 2, 3, 4 levels all coming together to give me a trade. Why? Because the more steps of confluence you have together, the higher the probability of the trade. Yeah. So you don't ever see me, pulling one Fibonacci and say, oh, I'm going to trade that. Just not how I work. It's not how I trade. But you give me a few different factors together, I'll take the trade. And I think we do have this at the daily. So we have, again, the region of the daily. We have to stress it's a region. But we had some Fibonacci levels in there. We're coming into extensions. We're coming into volume. We're coming into the daily itself. Coming into an SR level, we're talking 4 or 5 different reasons to look for shorts there, to be honest with you. Of course, very easy to know where you're wrong. Just because we take a short at this level does not mean that it cannot just go through it. That's why we use the stop loss. That's why we use an invalidation. We're not after 100% win rates. What we're after is keeping our winners big and our losses small. So let's say that we long the daily. I did, So if I'm in this long, which I still am in, and I'm looking to take this up to the daily, let's say that's a 6% win. Let's say I take a 6% win and I flip into a short position. And then that's just hypothetically speaking, let's say we go straight through it and I end up closing out this trade for, let's just say, a 2% loss. I've made a 6% win followed by a 2% loss. I've kept my loss very small. I've let my winner run. When I get out of that short, I could almost flip back into a long and expect to move up to the next level of resistance, which is around $53,000. So, we want to be in this mindset or this flow of the market where we are searching for our high probability trades. We acknowledge that does not mean 100%. It just means a high probability. And if we're taking that trade, we want to stick into it till target. I'm not going to close early. I'm not going to be fearful. I'm going to stick to the plan. So I'm going to make a plan. No, this is the steps. You do your technical analysis. You make a plan. You trade the plan. Yeah. Pretty easy, no? When I say it, it sounds very easy. You add in the emotions of trying to trade with money. All becomes a bit emotional, I suppose. But really, at the end of the day, it's very easy. But you let your emotions get the better of you. Your brain starts messing with you, and suddenly that easy task can turn very difficult. And it doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be. You listen to me. You mark out the levels. I can kind of make your life very, very, very easy. To be honest with you. Yeah, I really feel I can make your life very easy. And so that is literally what we're doing. We're going through the levels. We're giving you the plans. We're giving you the heads up. And it's down to you at the end of the day to take the trades. I'm not going to hold your hand. I don't want to be responsible for you on your trades. You've got to make your own decisions. But hey, you can listen to my levels. And what can we say? They're generally very well respected now. So yes, I wanted to talk you through the higher term time frame. Of course, we're coming to the conclusion of a question of, is this a good time to long on Bitcoin? Are we entering a bear market on Bitcoin? Don't forget, I have not finished answering that question yet. But what I have given you is my perspective on the lower term timeframes, why I'm looking for longs here, because we're at daily support, and why we can be expecting a rally up to around this daily level, okay? Because on the lower term timeframes, hey, that's the setup that we got. So you have to remember, a lot of my trades are taken from lower term timeframe entries. You know, a lot of my trades will be getting in on the lower term timeframes, and then maybe a scalp trade turns into a swing trade. How often have I said, I'm going to take a scalp here, and then suddenly I've got into the scalp entry, scalp entry, da 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 da. How many times have I got into that lower term time frame entry, and I've said to myself, wow, this is run way better than I expected. I'll take profit one, and I'm going to let the rest run for a swing trade. Okay, obviously I'm going to look to compound that, to be honest with you, because if I want to turn it into a swing, I'll generally look to compound on the next entry. But a lot of the times I will get a lower term time frame entry that ends in being a swing trade. To be honest, just I like doing that. It works. So why would I not like it? Like, yeah, you know, really nice. We're seeing this move to the upside. You know, exactly as predicted. Exactly as predicted. Seeing the move up. About 44 million longs coming in here. Oh, all declining on open interest. You know, this isn't the most healthy. We could say this isn't the most bullish move to the upside. So it could fail here for another lower high. You know, I wouldn't long here, let's say. I wouldn't long this. So yeah, this is the thing. Like, this is the thing that this stop, when you actually look at the volume, it stops the guessing. Kind of, you just get to a conclusion of, do you want to participate? Do you want to fade? I'm not going to do anything here. I'm not going to take a new position here. I'm already in one. I don't need to. Obviously, yeah, I think looking at the volume like this is very beneficial. Okay, so yeah, currently around 200 million in this 30-minute candle with 44 million plus delta, but it's all shorts closing, yeah. So this is just all short positions closing out. So it's not that interesting in my regard, in my opinion. It's not really that interesting. I mean, it's interesting because we're making money. That's always good, but it's not really that interesting in terms of lots of new orders coming in, just people closing out their positions. But yeah, we're looking really for this to move up another from anywhere between 1% and 2.5% right now. Pretty happy with that. Then we can make an informed decision. Yeah, we can make an informed decision. Do we actually want to short that daily, or are we looking to totally short squeeze straight through it? You know, it's obviously a potential. Stock market today was really nice, no? Yeah, really, really, really nice recovery on the stock market. Crazy recovery. Remember yesterday how we saw that really big sell-off in the stock market? Hey, this what happened? You form your area of consolidation, and you short squeeze out of it. Bitcoin going to follow? Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. But yeah, move down, consolidating at the lows. I mean, if it's going to follow the stock market again, that totally short squeezed. Yeah, really, really, really big short squeeze. Oh yes, Airbnb. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of the stock market and I love to trade it. And I am a massive stock market bull. You ask me any single stock, I am always going to be long. Like, I long the stock market every opportunity. Nvidia, the love of my life. This thing is like the easiest money maker in the world. I've made too much money off of that. But yeah, back to Bitcoin. Just nice to see the stock market doing well. I mean, you know, added into my perspective that we can challenge this daily, to be honest with you. Seeing the stock market go well. Okay, rallying on... getting a little rally on DOT, polkadot, Link, XRP, and Cardano seeing rallies today. Surprise, surprise, Algo, my little baby, also doing pretty well on the rallies today. Link, Cardano, DOT. Yeah, DOT was really nice. Anyway, back to Bitcoin for now. Yeah, I wouldn't long here myself because, you know, it's just all positions closing. So we could arguably say that we're going to look for a higher low to be put in, continue this higher low, now made a new higher high, look for the higher low, continue up for that daily ultimately, or that region of the daily. You know, I just said it's a region, but yeah, there you go. Saw the lovely comment. I don't know why these comments gets hid, but it's Andrew again. You legend, man. We have 2,300 viewers, 800 likes. Come on. We can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Come on, we can breach that 1,000 likes. Let's do it. Do it as a team. Smash the likes. For every one like, that is one little unicorn that gets dropped into the Bitcoin market for another person to long this. So if you want to see that daily hit, smash the like button, and maybe we'll call on the market makers to assist us in that move to the upside. That's what we're looking at anyway. And so, yeah, on the higher term time frame, I wanted to bring this up a little bit now. Bring this up a time frame, remind you where we've come from really, and what this could potentially mean next. Are we actually entering this bear market? So let me hide those old dailies for a second, put on the higher term time frame levels, take a sip of water, and I'll be back in 10 seconds. And let's continue. Oh, I'm enjoying this one now. I enjoy myself when I'm talking about Bitcoin. What can I say? Like I'm at my happiest right now. Like I love it. I absolutely love this. Is that sad? I just absolutely love this. Anyway, yeah, we were talking about these levels. You know, surprise, surprise. These dailies, weeklies. Oh my god, they're just so good to trade from. You remember we originally had that 3 drives pattern, really originally taking those shorts around the daily, which is 63,000. I still have that swing, by the way. But you remember this? If you remember, I hope you remember, it wasn't that long ago. We're talking about 1 week ago. We had that first retracement here, and we come back into the daily. So that was a daily short with confluence of the CC. Yeah. So we put on the CC. I hope that you can remember this. It was pretty easy short position. We come back into the daily. We come back into the CC. This was a very good time to short. Okay. Very good time to short. And I think there would have been no reason why you could still not hold this same short position from here all the way here. Okay. Why? Because look at this. What has gone on since we started that? Since we actually put in that first original low, we retest the CC on the daily. It has been a high, a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. The whole of the time has been now bearish market structure. Look at this. Let me emphasize it. Lower high, 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 lower high. We could put in another lower high here and continue down. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that how you want to get into your swing trades? I will show you this one right now. Pretty sure I put this one on Instagram today. I sometimes put some trades on Instagram. Yeah, there we go. As I was saying, the power of Fibonacci time. That trade literally was taken from that Fibonacci time. $63,000, holding that all the way down to $48,000, 2,700% gains from trading the charts. I made it very, 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 very clear. I'm holding on to my swing shorts. I had no reason to close that. Not while we were at 53K, not while we were at 58K. I refused to close that swing short because I wanted to hold it specifically as at least a hedge, if not break down even lower. You know, and I'm still under the perspective I have no reason to close it yet. We have not changed any market structure. We have not reclaimed any resistance or support. I have no reason to close that short. Hate me or love me, you have to admit I'm pretty good at trading. I want to remind you one other thing, yeah. I want to show you the power of this, yeah. So you know we had the CC and the daily. I want to remind you of the other factor, which was the biggest, as you just said. That I said the power of Fibonacci time. You remember this? This was back on the 16th. So this was back on the 16th, where I was literally saying on the 16th of April. I'll remind you why in a second. I did not long this daily level, as I'm expecting that increased in volatility because of the Fibonacci time. Okay, very, you know, you got to be aware of Fibonacci time. That was back on the 16th. This is why I was not longing supports on that day, because I was expecting that increased in volatility. I'm going to remind you this. I'm sure you can all remember. It wasn't that long ago, but let's just unmute this site and remind you of when I was calling that day of the 16th of April. Let's just remind you, because hey, this was pretty amazing. If I say so myself. The date of the 3618. Let's tell you a second. So if we come over to here, put on our Fibonacci time, the 3618 is coming in at the 16th of April 21. Then the 4 is coming in. It's off the chart, but yeah, the next date, it'd be the 16th of April 21. Okay, so 16th of April 21. And would you look at that? That was, as the guy says here, literally calling the date 2 years ago. That is a live stream from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, calling the 16th of April 2021. I did not forget about that date, and on the 16th of April, I was reminding my team I am not going to be buying this daily, and I am going to be taking that short because it is Fibonacci time. I still hold the exact same short position from 62K as soon as we turned into the 16th of April. You want to see the entry exactly as we turn the 16th of April, let me show you this. This gets me excited. And I'm going to show you because, oh my, I absolutely love this. 16th of April, there's the exact moment that we turned. You want to see this? As soon as we hit that, the day called 2 years ago. That was the absolute moment, the defining moment of this market where we really started to get that major downtrend, ending with a 25% move to the downside. As soon as we turned the hour, the clock struck the 16th of April, the downtrend had already started. Before you even knew that this was important, I was aware of it 2 years ago, of a potential trend-changing pivot. It is a potential trend-changing pivot. 16th of April. I took my shorts. I held onto my shorts and hey, what can I say? Let's mute Discord before we get carried away. Like, come on, that's pretty impressive. Though. That is pretty impressive, as we see here. That really was a major pivot on the chart. 2 years ago, found that Fibonacci time pivot, and it really was influential to the Bitcoin trading strategy I used to hold onto that short. Fibonacci time is so powerful. Time the high to almost the day 2 years in advance. As you see here, it's hit the 16th of April, 25% move to the downside. You want to see one other thing before we move on. This was also based off of the Elliott wave count, where we were looking at that wave 3 to be put in around $65,000. Of course, we moved up to that region of the 1.618 at $65,000, and on top of that we also hit the 3618 Fibonacci time pivot on the 16th of April. So we had the 1.618 Fibonacci extension on the log scale. We also had the 3.618 pivot on the 16th of April coming together there to obviously, well, give you that big move to the downside now. So yeah, you know, in terms of talking about probabilities, wow, come on. You had the turn of the day into the 16th of April. You had the CC Fibonacci coming into that level, and you had the back test of the daily. Okay. And then from there, it was taking that entry. Of course, you asked me, did I think we were going to come down to $40,000? I'm going to say, no, of course not. But the thing is, I held on to that. And the lower we go, the better we go, I suppose. No. At this moment in time, whatever happens, I'm guaranteed money on that trade. Yeah, guaranteed, absolutely guaranteed. There's no two ways about it. That trade is 100% guaranteed money. Okay, and look at this. We're even getting this rally up into the daily. We are currently getting that rally up into the daily. Okay, let's see what people starting to long. It's still all shorts closing, but guess what? This is a short squeeze now. If you are moving up and it's all shorts closing or shorts getting, let's see, are they getting liquidated? Yes. There are shorts getting liquidated. So you see all of this move up here is on short liquidations. So people are literally getting short squeezed. And this is why you don't short support, yeah? This is why you do not short support, because you end up getting short squeezed and literally wrecked. So you have to recognize when to long, when to short, yeah? You don't short at $48,000 unless you're crazy. Unless you're crazy, and then you might. But, going back to, have we actually started a bear market on Bitcoin? Well, do I think we've started a bear market on Bitcoin? Personally, not. I'm going to be totally honest. I do not think that we've started a bear market on Bitcoin. I actually believe, though, that we are in a corrective piece of price action that could last here several months, potentially. If we're really putting in a wave 4, it's kind of this conflicting. It's a little bit conflicting. You have to remember, my trades are primarily based off of the lower term time frame. So that is a really big factor that you have to remember. Like my trades are based here off the lower term time frames. That's how I'm getting my entries. Do we have the potential of being in this really large scale wave 4 correction? I would say with 100% certainty, yes, we absolutely do. But that still means even if we were to retrace to levels such as, 38,000, 32,000, $45,000, it still means wherever we're retracing to, we're looking to switch into longs, yeah, because of the fact if this is a wave 4, we're moving up to wave 5. We're still looking towards 70. I've got really big targets at around $70,000. So for me, this is opportunity. These moves down are opportunity to build longs, because overall I am expecting $70,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin. So this makes me very happy. I am very happy about the move down that we saw, because that for me screams opportunity. That screams opportunity. So I am bullish on Bitcoin, and I do believe Bitcoin has a good future. And I do believe that future is not that far away. Like, I'm looking for a wave 5 overall to head up towards 70k, yeah? So of course this excites me when I see moves down, because it's like, okay, this is a really good opportunity to long. You know, looking, obviously I was looking up towards this daily. And surprise, surprise, I got that one, yeah. Got that one right again. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That was pretty cool, though. And if I say, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, that's what we had there then. So, if anyone has any questions, let me know. If not, I'm probably going to do some altcoins, maybe, I suppose. Oh, we done it. We hit 1,000 likes. Thank you ever so much, everyone. That really is brilliant. 1,000 likes. Thank you ever so much. $1,000 big old likes. You guys and girls are very kind. And are you surprised? Hey. This was the last post that I made in the group, yeah? You just go CCD, entry, enter. Last post that I made in the group, coming on. This was about 2 hours ago. It does look like we're going to get a short squeeze to test the daily. Nice, easy money. Amen. That is easy money, my friends, because when I speak, Bitcoin listens. I was saying literally 2 hours ago in my group, I think we're going to get a short squeeze to test the daily. And now look what's happening. We're getting a short squeeze. Look at the open interest. And guess what? We're moving up towards that daily. Exactly as predicted. So there you go. What can I say? If you want those sort of updates, that's what you get in the Champions group. You get access to one of the, I'm going to say it, one of the best traders in the world right now. Yeah, and you get to know what I'm thinking in real time before it's happened. So, you know, if you don't think that's advantageous, then hey, counter trade me and see how it works. Yeah, so we're looking obviously up for this next level next. And I think I might cover some altcoins then. I think I might do some altcoins. How does that sound to everybody? We can obviously come back to Bitcoin. I'm more than happy to come back to Bitcoin. But I'm thinking about doing, thinking about covering some altcoins. I've been trading altcoins, yeah. So I'm pretty clued up on it right now. You will lose 90% of the time counter trading chart champions. Amen. And pump that up to 95%. Nah, come on. Yeah, I've been trading altcoins. I will show you. Yeah, so I'll show you my best entry. Oh, what's this? Oh, there's people trying to phone me. Can't really take their phone call right now. You want to see? Oh, surprise, surprise! Dole text with the beast entries, 48,400. the guy's an animal, literally. Chris as well with 48,000 entries. Cowboy with the 49,000. Surprise, surprise! They absolutely kill it. But yeah, I'm trading some altcoins. Let me know in the comments, what altcoin are you interested in? Okay, let me know, and I'll look at this altcoin. Lots of people saying dot. Lots of people saying dot. Yeah, dot. I mean, the chat goes pretty quick, but a lot of people saying dot. So I guess we can take a look at dot. I'm also trading dot. Dot is one of the altcoins that I'm trading, so it kind of makes sense to cover it. I am long on dot, and I will show you this. So I do basically all my trading now from the phone because of the VPN access and all this kind of good stuff. Just is so much easier for me. But yeah, I am long on dot, so I'll be happy to cover dot for all the dot lovers. Also long on Litecoin and a few other different alts. But what I wanted to show you was this one. So I managed to secure myself pretty nice entry on dot. Obviously, my primary exchange to trade is Bybit, so I don't have access to all these obscure different altcoins that loads of people request. I'm like, I don't want access to 1,000 alts. You know, keep it nice and simple. Give me 10 altcoins and I'll trade 10 altcoins. Currently, I'm in a long on polkadot though. $29. You know, I wanted that. You know that I wanted that $28. Yeah, you knew that I wanted it. Entered it on $28, $29, $30. I literally gave the exact setup of this one about a week ago. Literally, I gave you the exact setup on DOT about 1 week ago. I literally done the entry, the stop loss, and the target on a public live stream. It's not often that you see that. Where obviously we're looking at this one, saying there's a really good entries for a swing trade, yeah, for a swing trade. This means looking at it for the medium term, looking at those entries between $28 and $34 was like absolute. I view that as really good opportunity. Yeah, like for me, that's just nice opportunity. So I've got an average entry which is $29, currently in about 200% profits. Obviously, this is cross leverage, so it's really about 2%. And I'm kind of looking for this now. I really am looking to try and take this back. Again, this is going to be determined by Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to influence this a lot, but I'm going to look up towards $50 again. Yeah, give this one a bit of space. But I need to emphasize, of course, USDT here on Bybit is influenced by Bitcoin. If Bitcoin drops off the face of the earth, this is gonna lose. Like, you just have to acknowledge, if Bitcoin drops massively, the altcoins are going to drop as well. That's why you have a stop loss. It's not the end of the world. You just get stopped out of the trade. I'm not that bothered. But for me, this was a good opportunity. Hence why I done it. Hence why I took it. I was ready and waiting for DOT, and you give me an opportunity and I'm going to take it, you have to, obviously, to trade this, you have to be holding Tether. So you just transfer some Bitcoin over to Tether, and hey, you can trade it pretty easily. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in this looking up for $50. Yeah, pretty much all-time high again. I do definitely acknowledge, though, if Bitcoin starts to, head down, this is gonna stop that, and I'm like fully aware of this, and I fully accept that is the fact. I know that's just a fact. If Bitcoin heads down, I am going to lose this trade on DOT, and if I lose it, I lose it. But if it goes well, I get a very nice move to the upside. So yeah, that is that. Yeah, and this setup is the one that I gave literally about a week ago. Pretty much been talking about this one. The other one that I've been trading a lot is obviously Litecoin. I'm also long on Litecoin as well. Litecoin currently, I'll tell you, my Litecoin entry is $224. I'm currently long Litecoin from $224. Also long on XRP. I can cover XRP if you want. Also managed to secure myself a pretty nice long on this. I posted this one in the group earlier. Buy the fear, amen. Absolutely buy the fear. 48,200 entry. I absolutely love it, mate. Well done to you. I posted about this XRP entry a little bit earlier, I'm sure. Chart Champions gave me the confidence to stick to the plan. Before Chart Champions, I would have closed this short way before. What a trade. 1,200% gains. 1.3 entry for the short, taking it down to around $1. 1,200% gain. Getting the confidence from Chart Champions to stick to the plan. Happy to read that. Happy to help. And I'm trying to... Yeah, there you go. So I obviously had that. There you go. There was the entry. $224 Litecoin. And just over $1 entry on XRP. Again, I've thrown away my biases towards these coins. I'm just going to trade the charts. If there's money to be made, I don't care if I'm trading Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, DOT, Uniswap, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano. I'll trade them all. And yes, I am long on XRP as well on a leverage position. Obviously, before I was just holding this spot. But this was an opportunity that I saw and I wanted to take. So there we go. Basically, we're just trading off of that $1. And pretty much I was just trading off the $1 level. It was not that difficult of a trade if I load it up for you. XRP USD over on the big old Bybit. We have already got this added. If you want to, where is it? XRP. It's in this list apparently. Am I blind? That's against Bitcoin. Am I blind? Said that, what? Oh, I didn't have it. Ugh. Yeah, I am blind. Okay, so we obviously had this going on. Yeah, so XRP was kind of a nice, pretty easy setup. Again, I was talking about this on Twitter. If you haven't followed on Twitter, oh, wow, look at you. You guys are amazing. 18 retweets, 42 likes. That's like really, 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 really good. 18 retweets. That for me is like an all-time high on retweets. So yeah, that's crazy. Thank you all so much for the support. Honestly, it's amazing. Took along. There you go. Look at this. This guy over on Twitter as well, also taking along from 47,600. You smashed the like. You absolutely did. You all smashed those likes. Thank you honestly so much. It's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, we were talking about XRP. Yeah, there you go. So XRP, like many other alts, and also Bitcoin as well, they obviously formed those symmetrical triangles, broke out of it. So if we add that back onto this chart, we had this, so we had going. Yeah, we had basically this move, and so XRP come down to this $1. So this was my thought process. XRP bouncing off $1 psychological, while Bitcoin is simultaneously hitting the daily level of support, which was our old daily, and also massive volume support that was up at 47k. For me, this is enough reason to, I'm not going to lie, they were pretty much day trades. So, those altcoins that I'm longing were day trades, but maybe they turn into a swing trade. I'm not against that. Yeah, they were just day trades. Both of those altcoin longs. If they turn into more, they turn into more. But I was just thinking to myself, hey, I think Bitcoin's going to bounce. And I think XRP is at $1. Knowing that these altcoins are pegged to the Bitcoin pairs. Yeah, for me, that's the reason why. Yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to take that long on, where was it, XRP? Yeah, so there's a mixture of confluences. XRP offered a $1. XRP USD follows Bitcoin, and if I think Bitcoin's going to bounce, and also we had taken major liquidity on the XRP BTC pair. Yeah, look at this. You want to see how much liquidity was taken on this? Look at this. It's crazy. Massive, massive, massive wick to the downside. Wick of like nearly 14% wick. It's just like, come on, you normally rally off those sort of wicks. Like we saw that all the time on algo. Every time there was a massive algo. Look at this. Massive wick rally. Massive wick rally. Yeah. This time didn't actually get it, but this time we did. So massive wick rally again. Here we had a bit of a wick rally. So it's like whenever we see these massive, there you go, another one, massive wick rally. Okay, massive wick rally, massive wick rally. So I was just thinking to myself, like we keep seeing these massive wicks and rallies. So what we saw this like 6 times here, and it didn't work one time, but like every other time it worked. And so the same was thinking on XRP, like this is just a recurring phenomenon. We see these massive wicks and we rally. We see the massive wick. I was like, I'm probably going to rally on XRP BTC. I think Bitcoin is going to rally because we're at, well, not necessarily rally, but I think Bitcoin was going to bounce because we were at support. I thought the XRP Bitcoin pair was going to rally. So that's why I entered the XRP long, yeah? So that's the thought process behind it. To be honest, on these alts, I might just like set stop losses at break even. I don't really want to lose any there because these alts have now bounced over 2%. So I don't really want to take any losing trades on them now. I could just put my stop losses at break even, because for us to break down back to $1 USD on XRP, we would have to be breaking, because Bitcoin would be breaking probably back below, perhaps below $49,000. And then it's more likely that we're going to test the lows now. So yeah, I guess I arguably could just put a stop loss on these trades. I currently have no stop loss on any of them. But I could put a stop loss. I might put a stop loss on them if I go to sleep. If we're still in the same situation where we haven't touched the daily yet, then I probably will just put a stop loss at entry and go to sleep. because I don't want to manage my altcoins while I'm asleep. Yeah. Like the only thing that I'd bother to wake up for is Bitcoin. I wouldn't really wake up for an altcoin alert. So probably I'd like to see the daily hit on Bitcoin. It'd make my decision a lot easier. But if we haven't hit the daily by the time I do sleep, then I probably will just put a stop loss at break even. But I would prefer to see the rally. But let's see. Yeah, so that's XRP. What have I covered there? XRP and polkadot. Yes, I'm looking for $50 on it. I haven't really covered what I'm looking for here. For me, like looking at these pairs, it's so dependent on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin rejects at the daily, I think XRP will come back down and test 95 cent. So this is the thing, and this is why I feel altcoins are a little bit harder to trade in that regards, because to trade an altcoin, you always have to be aware of what Bitcoin's doing. So this is why I call it harder to trade, because you're not just focused on one thing. Like I know for me to trade XRP or DOT, I know I need Bitcoin to play ball. Whereas if Bitcoin starts rejecting the daily and like heading down, I know that the altcoin is more likely than not going to head down as well. So I don't want to be like overexposed to longing all these assets and see them all drop at the same time. And like you can get overexposed really easily to alts. So let's say like you're holding loads of different alts and Bitcoin crashes. And then instead of just taking a minuscule loss, you suddenly start taking massive losses because you're overexposed to altcoins. And when Bitcoin pulls back like 5% and the altcoins are pulling back like 15%, and you're taking that across like 20 different alts, you know, you can lose a lot of money very quickly. So I don't like to be in those positions. And because I know because I know that's like just a fact, I personally, this is why I'm really happy to trade Bybit, because I only have the option of 10 alts and I cannot be overexposed, and they're against Tether. So if Bitcoin drops, you get out into Tether, not against Bitcoin. Whereas if Bitcoin drops and you get stopped out of all your alts and then you're in a Bitcoin which is falling, like you can get really messy. You know, I'm just really comfortable with the alts I have access to. But yeah, there you go. I see this come in. Nice big green, yellow message that says, "Hi Dan, new contender here." Well, hello, Gray, and I hope that I know you will absolutely love the contender content. Everybody does. Would you please detail your thoughts how to trade ETH Bitcoin pair, correctly accumulate cheap Bitcoin if spot goes down too much? Yeah, absolutely, mate. I will do that. I do want to put a disclaimer to this, of I generally am not taking requests. Yeah. So generally speaking, if someone like donates and they say, "Can you look at this?" Oh, I'm not going to do it. But this guy's a contender. It's his first day. He's requested ETH in a very polite fashion, and I'm more than happy to comply and give that assistance. I was probably going to look at it anyway, to be honest. Obviously, yeah. We were looking at Ethereum. Well, we've been looking at Ethereum now for about 2 weeks. For me, Ethereum was very boring. You know, you've heard me talk about this before. I thought Ethereum like went into a stable coin, and I was absolutely bored. Didn't want to trade it because there was no opportunities. You know, I want to trade something when there's opportunity. You know, I trade opportunity. And for me, when it goes sideways for a month, there's no opportunity. Now we absolutely do have opportunity on Ethereum. So let's cover it. 10 seconds. Let me take a little break to rest the throat. Eat a bit of mango. And we're back in the room. Yeah, so Ethereum, yeah, for me really started to get interesting when it started to move up in this section of the chart. In this section of the chart, broke out of its sideways range, reclaimed the daily, started to break up from the daily level. This is when I personally got interested in it, about 14th of April. So we can say that was really about 9 days ago. 9 days ago is when I got interested in it. And from there, we've obviously seen a pretty nice move to the upside. We're obviously first looking at that monthly rejection, broke through. We moved up pretty much straight through the weekly, let's be honest. But this is the thing, you got that back test today. I'm referring to this as a back test. We missed it by 0.7%. Not really a lot. You know, I was talking about Ethereum looks really, really, really bullish. If you wanted to get in on Ethereum, I think you had a very good opportunity this morning. I personally am really bullish on Ethereum. Yeah, I'm looking at this to do very good move to the upside. I'm talking about potentially 100% gains. I'm not exaggerating. I honestly, you know, you kind of recognize I'm not a moon boy, yeah? I'm not going to sit here and do like, you know, ridiculous percentage gains, which are never going to happen. It's like I'm not that kind of guy. Like, I honestly do feel when I say something, I mean it. Yeah. So when I say something, I mean it. And I really do feel that Ethereum can do 100% here. Like, I honestly feel it can do that. And I am also long on Ethereum. So I also have my money, you know, on this. And I mean, today you had a good opportunity. I'm calling that a retest, back tested the weekly. And I think we even were talking about this again, I think we were talking about that on Twitter. Did I talk about Ethereum yesterday? Yes, there we go. So I was talking about it on everyone. It's so many different platforms. Obviously, we have that long. Well, I personally do have that long from 1,200 ETH. Come on, what an entry. But I was saying that yeah, we want to see it hold that weekly support. And you, what, 24 hours later, that was posted a day ago, we got the back test of the weekly 24 hours later. So if you wanted to get involved, that was your opportunity. So when I was talking about it in a video, I was saying don't FOMO into it. But yeah, you kind of had your opportunity. And yeah, I really do believe that this can do 100%. I really honestly believe that. 100% move to the upside. Again, I am long on ETH, and I'm obviously trading the USD pair. You actually want to know what's really funny? I actually entered it on the Tether pair as well today. I'll show you this entry. I hope you don't feel this is like bragging. Maybe it is a little bit, but maybe it is a little bit. But hey, I also did long Ethereum on the Tether pair. So I'm long. This is how like bullish I am on ETH, yeah? I'm long on the USD pair from 1,200. And then today, because I was so bullish on this asset, and I'm literally looking for like 100% move to the upside, I wanted even more exposure to it. So I was like, hey, I need more. So I also longed the Tether pair because, yeah, literally we backtest the weekly. Again, I was expecting Bitcoin to bounce. So I compound, well, it wasn't a compound. This was a new entry at $2,196. About 3% up at the moment. But yeah, that's long on the Tether pair on Bybit, and also long the USD pair. So I'm like doubly long on ETH, which you could say is very, very, very silly thing to do, Daniel. How could you overexpose yourself to Ethereum like that? But my friends, with no risk, there is no reward. And I had a very high probability trading setup, which was literally very simply a backtest of the weekly, which for me was such a massively important level. Pretty much backtested that. Well, Bitcoin was literally down at 48k. It's like, come on, it's not every day you get those sort of opportunities. So you got to take it. You got to take that one. Anyway. Yeah, so we're seeing that, yeah, that is my thought on Ethereum. I really honestly am looking for about 100% on this. Obviously we know where the take profit one is really going to be, and we're looking for about this weekly order block. So I mean, from the exact price here, anywhere between 15 and 25% move to the upside to give us this weekly order block of resistance. And what we're going to say is there is the potential, of course, that we just do this and reject and come back down. You know, but best case scenario, we do actually something more like this, consolidate there and then break up again. And that's where we start to get that potential, you know, maybe this trade ends 15% or maybe it ends in a loss. Yeah, it's obviously possible. Yeah, I just lose the trade. Best case scenario, we're looking for a massive breakout on Ethereum, and you know, I've said it, sky's the limit. You know, if we start to break through that weekly order block, yeah, sky's the limit. So yeah, I'm not going to give like an upper target in terms of that. I think literally really big potential gains. So yeah. Yeah, that's just my opinion on Ethereum, mate. Long on the Tether pair, long on the USD pair. I think the Bitcoin pair looks really good. But the thing is, I don't trade the Bitcoin pair just simply for the fact because I trade Bybit only. So, yeah, that's why. And yeah, I base my trade off of this Bitcoin pair though. And yeah, I'm looking for this to come up for about another 15% move to the upside. All I need to stress this one final time. If Bitcoin does reject here, if Bitcoin does move down from here, I 100% know I'm going to get stopped out on those altcoins. Like 100%. I fully understand that if Bitcoin moves down from here with 100% certainty, I will lose those altcoin trades. Like I fully know that that is going to be the case. And I'm totally comfortable with that. Okay. You know, I will set my stop losses when I go to sleep tonight. I don't want to set a stop loss now. I don't like setting a stop loss when I'm awake, but I will set my stop losses when I go to sleep and on altcoins, because I'm not going to wake up in the night for an altcoin. I just don't. There's no point. I would for Bitcoin if it was moving, but yeah, all I would say is yeah, those altcoins. My Ethereum USD pair from like 1,200, I'm not going to close. I'm just not going to close that. But the one that I entered today, yeah, like this one, I'll set a stop loss at entry and see what happens. You know, if it moves up, brilliant. If it doesn't, then hey, I don't lose any money on it. Worth a coin in the slot machine, so to speak. So yeah, really for the altcoins, I think it's massively dependent on what Bitcoin does. Does Bitcoin reject here in this region? You know, we were obviously looking at this resistance box. Does Bitcoin do this and head down? It probably just doesn't do this though. It probably doesn't just do that. It's probably, you know, if it does reject here, it's probably going to do something more like this. You know, take a little bit of time before working out a range, and maybe then you lose it. Like, I don't think it just goes straight down, but if we lose that daily, we're looking down towards our lower daily, and if Bitcoin is moving down heavily, oh yeah, I'm totally prepared to get stopped out of those alts. You know, I'm just totally okay with that. Doesn't really bother me if I'm totally honest. So yeah, there you go, mate. That was my opinion on ETH BTC. Yeah, my opinion is it looks good, man. It looks really good. I think it's very important that we hold this daily region. Again, you don't want to look at it as an exact dollar. Give it a region. Give it a bit of space and barrier. But I think it looks good, mate. Well, I mean, I'm long on it, so there you go, man. And that's my opinion. Welcome, my friend. What is this a picture of? There's a picture of a rock. But welcome, mate. With your rock picture. I like that picture of a rock. So yes, there we go on that. Oh yes, I was going to talk about this. Of course, this was really good news actually. When I read about that, I was very happy. So I'll make you aware of this all right now, that Bybit actually now have sub accounts. So that's written here. What is a sub account, you might say? What is a sub account? Well, a sub account, as described here, is a sub account is a way of having several different accounts all linked to one main account via these sub accounts. You can have, I suppose, the unlimited, really. Unlimited swing trades account and unlimited scalping accounts all under one primary main trading account. Across the accounts, you can have access to instant and free crypto transfers, making managing your money easy and quick. So this is a new feature that they've released. They're going hard on the updates right now, I swear. And yeah, sub accounts are extremely useful. You know how, like, if you have like 5 accounts, it's a little bit tiresome to transfer money between the accounts. You know, logging out, logging in, all the, you know, it's just a little bit tiresome, you could say. Whereas with having a sub account, instant transfers between the, I've already used them. I've already tested it. I know that it's like at the moment in somewhat of a beta. So they are going to release a version 2 where you don't have to log out and log in. Like, you're going to have a quick switch in the top right of the browser. And that's obviously coming to, it's not out on the iPhone app yet. It's coming out onto the iPhone app soon. So yeah, that's, I think that's really, really, really brilliant news, because now you can instantly transfer your money between all your accounts with a click of a button. 1 Bitcoin to 1 Bitcoin, like that. New account, done. Very simple, yeah? Very, 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 very good news. And the second bit of good news is that cost of service, the legends themselves have managed to secure, by the looks of it, a $1,100 free bonus. So if you would like to take advantage of the new $1,100 deal, then you may create a new account via our affiliate link creation link, https://bybit.com/a/chart-champions. Hey, I'll write this one over in here. Oh, I think a moderator is already there you go. There we go. It's already pinned in the comment section at the top. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. If you want a free one, if you've never tried out Bybit, hey, now you have a pretty good reason to try it out now. Because yeah, you can $1,100 for free. Sub accounts, trade different altcoins. You know, you can trade DOT, Uniswap, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Ethereum, Litecoin. What more, you know, Bitcoin, what more could you really want? And now on top of that, they have sub accounts. I think, honestly, for me, it literally is the perfect exchange. I've said it before. And I'm not just shitting Bybit. I'm like, the only reason I shielded Bybit exchange is because I literally do think it's the best exchange. Like, I'm just like, hand on heart, I think Bybit is the best exchange. Like, 100%. 100%. That's why I'm very loyal to them. And we have a pretty good working relationship with them, you know, so yeah, that's my opinion on Bybit. So if you want to make use of that, hey, you can sign up $1,100 for absolute free. Of course, you have to deposit on it. You know, it's not free in that regard. They're not just going to give you nothing if you don't do anything. But if you deposit and trade on the account, yeah, they're going to give you some money. You can't get fairer than that. No, you cannot get fairer than that. So yeah, Bitcoin still looking fairly decent here. There's one thing that I want to look at. Oof. Yeah, a lot of people. Oh, this is all shorts closing, of course. This is all shorts. I was going to say, wow, massive divergences, but it is all shorts closing, so it's not like. Yeah, I'm never that as interested in like massive moves when it's all just like a squeeze. For me, it's just, I don't know, it's just not as entertaining. Oh, are we up to the top of this channel? Not quite. Not quite, they say. Yes, not quite. Cumpleaños feliz, te deseo el mejor. Oh boy. Nope, I'm trying to see if we have any interesting patterns going on here. What could people be looking at? I have no idea. What is the pattern everybody's probably talking about right now? Oh, that's probably one. You could imagine this one, no? Imagine we've dropped to 42k. What is everyone going to talk about? Everybody's going to talk about that, no? Head and shoulders, wow. That would be the pattern that everybody's going to try and trade if we hit 42k. 42, 43. You can already imagine it, yeah? I would definitely not trade that. I'll tell you that. There's no way I would trade it. But that's the potential, I suppose. If we drop down here, we get everybody and their mothers talking about head and shoulders. Wonder what that's going to end up being. I'll tell you now, it's not something I'm going to trade towards, but actually fade. There you go. That's the tip of the day. Somebody says, hey. Yes, I can give you a link for this, my friend. Absolutely. If your country is against you, then, or no, actually, I need to rephrase this in a different way. If you just want to, you know, privacy reasons, I suppose, or whatever reason, of course, there's no advice. I'm not giving anybody advice, no financial advice, no legal advice, no trading advice, no advice at all. Of course, if you want a VPN, there is VPN software there, my friend. So, yeah, if you want access to the VPN, I'll put the link as well there. This guy says, hello, Daniel. How do you differentiate between people opening or closing their positions? My friend, open interest. Open interest. If people are closing, then it's going to decrease. If they're opening, then that's going to increase. So open interest is the way that you look at it, mate. How do you use it in the UK? Yeah, so Bybit, if I wanted to put like money on it, you wouldn't, I don't like buy any Bitcoin on Bybit. I would like buy it, for example, you're on, I don't know, like Coinbase. And then you can obviously, once you've bought Bitcoin on Coinbase, you can transfer it out. And then obviously, if you want to withdraw your Bitcoin, you can sell your Bitcoin. Or no, sorry, you would send your Bitcoin then back to Coinbase. And then from Coinbase, you would sell to fiat and withdraw to your bank. So very, 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 in my opinion, it's a really easy process to like buy Bitcoin, trade Bitcoin, send it back out. And of course, make a count of everything that you're doing. Because the tax man's going to come knocking. Some guy says, is the crash over? Here we go. What a question. Is the crash over? Well, this is the thing. I think you kind of gathered how I've like talked you through this. We're not talking in terms of, is the crash over? Is the crash not over? Is the bear market started? Is the bear market not started? Like the way that you've kind of seen me approach this tonight is going over some very key levels of support and resistance. If we start to claim these key levels of resistance, we can say it's very likely that the low is in. If we are unable to claim resistance as support, and these levels act as resistance, then of course we're looking down to our next level of support. We're looking down to our next level of support. So the question of, is the crash over? I would argue it's too early to give a decisive answer of this. This is not a yes or no answer. So to decide, is the crash over? It's literally impossible to say right now. Why would we say the crash is not over? Well, we haven't not reclaimed any resistance as support yet, yeah? So I'd say we could argue that like 54,000, last range, I suppose. So we could say that for a level to reclaim for the bulls to have a very strong opinion that the crash is over would be reclaiming $56,000. And that would look really, really, really bullish, in my opinion. So we could say there's the potential that the crash is over, I suppose, because we've put in a low and we've rallied. But at the end of the day, we rallied here, we rallied here, we rallied here. But these are all still lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. You know, this could be rally over sort of thing, and we just continue down again. So is the crash over? I suppose we could say no. And we can be open, you know, this is the thing, you don't want to be holding a bias for your life. We want to react to what the market's telling us. So while we are below resistance, we can say that it's possible that the crash is over, but we're going to say it's more likely that we're going down lower. Why? Because we have not actually reclaimed any resistance as support. Why would we think that the crash is over when we're literally below resistances? So of course we can take longs, and I've taken longs today. But to think that the crash is over might be a little bit of an unrealistic expectation at the moment, in my opinion. Especially because now we're on the weekend, yeah? So let's say we rally this weekend. You know, you've got to be very cautious that when we open up next week that we just don't totally drop and give it all back. But you've got to be very aware of that. That would be my wariness, I suppose, of we rallied a weekend, we have the big CME gap, market sell off next week. Yeah, so to answer your question, I hope you can acknowledge that I answered this in the kindest way possible. Of, you know, the question of, you know, even like the title of the video. The title of the video is called "Start of the Bear Market?" ? You know, of course, I'm not going to be here saying in this video the bear market started. I'm going to say, hey, I know where I want to trade. And to be honest, I don't care if the bear market started or it's not. I'm personally under the perspective that it's not, yeah, because I personally believe we're in a wave 4 correction. What you have to acknowledge is that wave 4 could come down to $30,000. But I'm still looking for, I'm still holding my swing short while looking to get into these longs. I'm still looking for these long entries while simultaneously holding that swing short. This is how I trade. This is what I do. So, if we headed to 30K and we have not reclaimed any resistance, that's what I'm going to do. You remember, you have to be around a little while for this one. But you remember back in, literally last year, February, where I had that short from literally pretty much the high of $10,500. You remember that? This isn't bragging again. This is just a fact, like a hard, cold fact. And if you were a subscriber last year, you would have seen this. We managed to have short positions from $10,500. We were not expecting price to come down to $3,000. Of course, we were not really expecting that. But guess what happened? The whole time we were just making continuous lower highs and lower lows. There was no claim of resistance back as support. So you were able to hold shorts from $10,500 to, well, I actually closed out my shorts at $4,500. So I was managed to capture, this was insane. This was like the coronavirus drop, and it was just like absolute madness. But of course, if it does something similar to this, I mean, of course, I'm not really expecting, I'm not expecting this, but if it happens and I've had no reason to close my short, then guess what? I've entered an amazing short and I'm capturing a massive move to the downside. If it doesn't happen and we reclaim resistance, I close the short. Simple as that. Yeah. So I don't actually need to know whether the bull market started or whether the bear market started. All I need to know is my entry and the next trade I'm taking. And the rest is irrelevant. Almost, obviously it's relevant, but at the same time, it's not actually affecting my trades. So the only thing I actually care about is the trades. So I care about the trade I'm in now and the next trade I'm looking to take. And the rest it really is irrelevant. And, people are going to tell you all these stories, and I'm not trying to say I'm better than anyone else. I'm not trying to do this, but I'm just trying to say, like, just think for yourself a second of how many people are going to be pushing all these sort of narratives of, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, like this is 100% happening, or like pushing all these sort of like stories in your face and all these sort of stuff. It's like, yeah, I don't know. If it works, it works, I suppose, and fair enough. Everyone has their own strategies, but yeah, all I can do is talk from my own experience and the experience. This was a really nice comment, actually. I wanted to show you this one. How heartwarming is this comment? Oh yeah, shout out, by the way, to the people even watching the live streams from a plane. Trading education at the highest flight level. Pretty awesome, no? Literally the guy watching that's a contender stream right there. Contender stream on divergences from a plane. Pretty awesome. That's up there with the guy that was watching us on the mountains. But I wanted to show you this one. For a nice heartwarming comment. We get back to the technical analysis in a second. We can have a little break. You guys are all stars. Can't wait to finish the modules and start taking winning trades. He is already winning more and losing less. I've been lacking purpose in my life for the last 6 to 7 years, and it's been the root of fleeting depression. After doing a basic course last year, I tried my hand at it and just got burnt time and time again. I gave up. After my cousins found you guys, he tried to talk me back into the ring and I kept saying no. After getting him to invest in crypto last year, he made good money and offered to pay for my Chart Champions subscription. That's pretty nice of it. You have a good cousin. And I gave it a shot. Best decision I've ever made for a long time. I'm putting in the effort because I want to be in that 5% of successful traders. I have a sense of purpose now and I haven't suffered from insomnia for a few months. I want to get the basics down before we enter the bear market so I can make money during this period. I honestly love this group. It feels like a family. One day I'm going to be a champion. Just wanted to say never give up and express my gratitude to the awesome teachers and group members. Big love all. How brilliant is that, yeah? And this is what I mean. This is what I mean why we have people from all walks of life, and I refer to myself you have some people that are on their absolute high right now. They're at the absolute high of their life and they don't even know it. Today is the best day of their life. And you have other people, they don't even know it. They're at the lowest day of their life right now. They're down in the dumps. And if I'm not going to get too personal, I'm going to refer this to trading. You have some people that have made amazing money today. They're feeling the euphoria and they start leveraging up. They're increasing their leverage. They're on a winning streak of shorts and they're getting overconfident. That guy's on high on life right now. Winning streak, very confident. Whereas you have the other guy liquidated today. Saw them. He never thought we were going to breach $50,000. $50,000 is breached. He's liquidated. He's lost everything. And he is at the very low. The lowest he has been in months. The other guy, the highest he has been in months. Euphoria versus depression. But guess what? This guy with depression, hey, my cousin gifted me a Chart Champion subscription. Let's start to learn. This guy, without knowing it, has just changed his life. And he is going to be on the up. Whereas the guy that's overconfident, leverage shorting, over leveraging himself, doesn't know it, but we get a short squeeze, is suddenly going to have that winning streak over. He over leveraged himself, he got overconfident, and he is then at the lows. And this guy has been slowly building himself up to the highs. What I mean by this is we are no better than anyone else. You can be very happy now, and in a month you can be very, very sad. And I try and keep myself grounded in that regards of like, I can lose everything tomorrow. You know, obviously anybody can lose everything tomorrow. So this is what I try and think to myself is, you know, and I know I'm going off on a tangent. Excuse me. We must just call this like Daniel's tangents. But you know, my kind of way that I think is, at the end of the day, we all have the same grave. You know, we're all buried in the same dirt. So we cannot think as ourselves of, you know, superior to somebody else. And just because we're doing well at the moment doesn't mean that our lives cannot totally turn and like a massive unexpected event happens. And suddenly we go from being on top of the world to literally down at the very lows. And I think if you don't try and support the people that are down at the lows, why would anyone want to support you when you're at your lows? No. So I think if you try and, you know, especially with your friendship group, reach out to people, make sure they're doing well. I know at the moment, personally, like a lot of people are finding it really difficult with like mental health. You know, people are really struggling, be it depression, be it just like loneliness. Lots of people really lonely right now. So I think if you try your best to like reach out to people and not wait for somebody to say hello to you, but just reach out to someone. Hey, how are you doing? You want to go for a drink? You want to meet up? How are you? You know, you reach out to people now, and yeah, you just because you're feeling good now, next year you could be going through some stuff yourself. You know, family deaths, etc. You know, life can turn like that, and this is why I think it's really important to look out for other people. So then when you are down, other people look out for you, know? And that's kind of like how I try and, you know, try and keep myself grounded in that regard. Because I know I get carried away, especially in trading, you know. How many times have you heard me say, look at me, I'm the best trader in the world. And I know that's like massively egotistical and very, very, very ugly. That's just kind of me. That's just kind of me. But at the end of the day, I like to try and keep myself grounded in my personal life because, yeah, like literally without even knowing it, you step out your house tomorrow, you get hit by a car, you're in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. And, you know, if you've not been kind to people, then they're not going to really want to look out for you when an unfortunate circumstance happens, you know. Whereas if you've treated people really well and you've been loving to people, then hey, you would hope anyway, as long as they're good human beings, that they're going to support you at your lows. No? A bit of an extreme example, I know, but hey, you get the point. Anyway, yeah, that's the tangent. Sorry, I sometimes go off on these tangents without. Anyway, yeah. So there we go. That is that. So there we go. I'm not sure. We've gone through Bitcoin. We've gone through DOT. I've gone through Ethereum. Briefly through XRP. Was there anything else that I needed to cover? You know, so my question of is, has the bear market started on Bitcoin? I mean, my opinion is no. I personally feel that we're in a wave 4. And again, I acknowledge that this wave 4 could potentially head all the way to $30,000. but I'm still expecting a wave 5 to the upside. Obviously, at the moment, we have a cipher pattern. So we do have a cipher pattern at the moment, which would mean the low is in at $47,000. Sorry, $48,000. But the thing is that cipher is between 47 and 48k. So yeah, we obviously have the cipher pattern right now, which is pretty bullish. So this is the thing for me, you know, if we can have the long from 40, 48, literally I have one. So if I'm long from 48,000 and short from 63,000, if we start to reclaim resistance, I can close that short, and now I have a really nice long running. Whereas if we just drop again and I get stopped out that long, hey, I get stopped out that long and I'll look for another one down lower. I'll simultaneously still have that short because we haven't reclaimed any resistance. So I'm able to like have this massively good swing long running at this moment in time, because guess what? Like I showed you at the start, I've just had no reason to close this short position. Give me a reason and I'll close it. I'll happily close it. And at that moment, it's like I was longing 53k. I was longing 53k just like I longed 48k, because I recognize I want to be in that long at 53, in case we get that uptrend change. And then I will close the short, keep the long running. Didn't happen. We broke through. So I had my next bat, which was at literally 48k. I was ready and waiting for that level. If you remember, you will know I literally done a live stream last night. Done a live as it was happening, yeah? Live in the moment as it's happening. I done a live stream, urgent update yesterday, 9:30 at night. That live stream lasted like an hour. And I was literally going through the next levels of support and resistance. Like I scalped along at that level at 50k. We obviously saw that pretty insane move to the upside, which was like a 3%. What that bounced up like 3% now. I'll show you this really quickly. We just mute this. I hope that was muted, because basically this thing had loads of music on and it like destroyed it, got totally banned. But we had that really nice 3% rally to the upside. We totally rallied, and we knew that our next level of support to the downside, if we broke this, we were literally saying our next level is going to be $48,000. So you attempt to take these trades. Obviously during that stream we also hit take profit 1. If you want to see all this is the kind of value that you get within the group. Like, you know, I just kind of, like I was saying, I wanted to do this one. There you go. I'm going to take profit 1 here. Pretty nice scalp trade, to be honest. Yeah. So this is the thing. I get in, and that entry was literally at the absolute low of the move. Like I timed that entry perfectly. So I managed to time the entry really perfectly. Managed to take profit 1 on the trade. And obviously, as we all know, it broke in the end 50k. So I got stopped out of the rest of the trades. And my exact written words in the video were, the next level I'm looking for then after this, 50k psychological, which I will not trade. And then I'll be going for 48k. And so we hit 48k. And it's like I have the plans. I've got to trade it, you know? It's not like these levels are random, you know? But anyway, that was last night's excitement. And that was made exactly as we were running down there. And my words were like, I think I need to do this because I think people are going to get sort of wrecked. There you go. Daniel being very supportive. Supportive. I wanted to go live. Anyway, who cares? Let's just stop going on about that. But yeah, basically what I wanted to emphasize there was I knew the next level of support. I traded the next level of support. At the end of the day, I've still got this short open. And until we reclaim resistance, I'm going to keep holding that short. Pretty easy stuff, no? Yeah, I hope that's been very clear for you all. I really do. I really do hope that's been very clear. Things that I'll end with. 2,000 people still watching. That's pretty good going. If you are still here with me, again, I'm going to say, really appreciate a like. If you want to like the video, hey, that would be absolutely amazing. Obviously, over on the comment section, we have that Bybit link. If you want to make use of the free deposit bonuses, you can do that. Obviously, if you need like the VPN access and all this, then that's over on the website. We got that deal where you can use any VPN and stuff like this. Obviously, yeah, everything else we are back on Twitter now, so that's pretty exciting. And I'll end with this final thing. I think I'll end with this final thing before I end this stream. The last bit of news, and that is the TPO series starts on Wednesday. With 100% certainty, we get that one starting on Wednesday, the 28th. So if you want to learn about the TPO series, that has got an official start date this Wednesday. On Sunday, I've got the Champions live stream where we'll be going through Bitcoin setup. And on Wednesday, yeah, this Wednesday, we start that TPO series. So that's pretty exciting for many people. They've been ready and waiting for this one a long time. So yeah, I think that's really good. And literally, this is going to be like the best work I've ever done. I'm very excited for the TPO series. So yeah, if you want to learn about that, we got that starting on Wednesday. Yes, you will learn about Igor sessions. I see somebody saying Igor. Yeah, Igor sessions, Igor time, TPOs. Yeah, all this good stuff. So there you go. There is the legend himself. Igor, the man, as we said, the man, the myth, the legend. There he is. Igor. Yeah. I think that's about it, really. Looking for that daily next. I mean, I've pretty much been talking. How long has this stream gone on for? 2 hours? No, 1 hour 30. Yeah, 1 hour 30. Yeah, I've basically taught you through exactly what I'm looking for next. So you know the exact level that I'm going to look for my shorts. And if we get through that, then we get through it. But pretty easy. I think it's a pretty straightforward plan. So basically, to sum up with the conclusion of, do I think we've started a bear market? Personally, no. I think we're in a wave 4 correction. Yeah, that's my answer. So you can't really get much simple than that. I think we're in a wave 4 correction. That's because we broke the 2-4 trend line. And yeah, what more can I say? Do I think we had a good long at 40? Yes. It doesn't mean I'm not going to take longs, but I do think we're in a wave 4 correction. We obviously all turned around. We all started after that Fibonacci time pivot. So what can we say? How amazingly important was that 2 years ago, calling the day 2 years in advance that we're putting a major high on the chart? If you're not impressed by that, then I don't know. Then you're not impressed by it. But for everybody that for everybody that loves that, I'm going to say thank you ever so much, everyone. I hope that you have a brilliant evening. I really do. I hope that you've enjoyed. And yeah, let's see if we can get this rally as predicted to the daily. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm trading for right now. So there you go. I really do suck at ending the videos. So I'm just going to have to say thank you. And have a oh man, I hate it. I cannot end the videos. I'm just going to have to say it. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Have a brilliant evening. I absolutely, honestly do love you all so much. Thank you for the support. And that is me now signing out officially. Thank you, and thank you. Cheers. Man, that's so... I cannot end the videos.